If Austin was to take fluoride out of water, I think it would have both national and international ramifications, as well as, of course, being a great benefit to the citizens of Austin. So it's a very important battle.
Why is fluoride in the water bad?
Well, first of all, it's a bad practice to put any medicine in the water, because once you put a medicine in the water, you can control the concentration at the public waterworks, but you can't control the dose, because you can't control how much water people drink. And people drink a very different amount of water when you compare individuals, especially people working outside warm climate, hot climate, they can drink a lot of water. In addition to that, we're getting fluoride from other sources. So, and in addition to that, we can't control who gets it. It goes to everybody. It goes to bottle-fed babies, it goes to infants, goes to teenagers, goes to elderly people, goes to sick people, goes to people with poor nutrition, people with poor kidney function. If you ask a pharmacist, is there any drug in their store that they can give to anybody and not be able to control the dose, they'd laugh in your face. And of course, the third and most important thing is that this is violating the individual's right to informed consent to medication. A doctor couldn't do that to you. A doctor couldn't offer you a glass of water and say, I've got a magic ingredient X in this water. You must drink it. You say, no, I don't want it. No, you must drink it. If they insisted that they drank this water on their advice, they could lose their license. So essentially what we're doing is we're allowing a whole government, a local government in this case, to do to everyone what a doctor can do to no one, force them to take medication without the informed consent. So there's a strong ethical argument here.
What are some of the side effects of fluoride in the water?
Well, I'm very concerned about the impacts on the brain. We now have over 100 animal studies which shows that fluoride damages the brain, and we have 24 IQ studies which shows that fairly modest amounts of fluoride are associated with the lowering of IQ. In one study, the threshold was 1.9 parts per million. In another study, they were finding lowered intelligence in the range of 0.3 to 3 parts per million. Remembering in Austin, you're fluoridating at 0.7, 0.8 parts per million. And so there's no margin of safety, because that was a small study, maybe 500 kids. When you're extrapolating to a level which is safe for everyone, you've got to have a margin of safety. You've got to have at least a safety factor of 10 to take into account the huge variation that you get in the human population. So we have no margin of safety for lowered IQ, lowered thyroid function, arthritic symptoms, fractures. There's so many things that we're not doing. I mean, there's no argument at all. Let me say this very clearly. There's no argument at all that fluoride damages health. Millions of people in India and China and parts of Africa who are drinking high levels of natural fluoride have had their health ruined, absolutely ruined, crippled. And so the real argument is not whether it causes health effects. It does. Is there an adequate margin of safety? And I demonstrated in my presentation today that there is not an adequate margin of safety to protect all the children of Austin, Texas from lowered IQ.
Are you advocating no fluoride or limited amounts?
No fluoride. No addition of fluoride. I think we've got a second hurdle to cover later on, and that is whether we've got to start taking fluoride out in some areas with high natural fluoride levels, as they're forced to do in India and China. But the first issue is not to put the fluoride in.
How prevalent is the problem in the United States? You know, people with